load our... I made a separate save in case any CC did anything funny, but it seemed fine when I opened it this morning. So my plan for today, because I was trying to figure out, I knew I wanted to play around with our new CC, but I was like, what do I want to do? Because I do want to, okay, so don't cancel me, but I do want to start another legacy challenge. I'm very aware that I constantly start new legacy challenges, and I think in 2025, I'm just gonna accept that about myself instead of feeling bad about it. Just gonna be honest. But my friend Rochella, who I will give a little shout out to, is she's the one who made the career legacy challenge, if you're familiar with it. And she is doing a D&D themed shell challenge called Llamas and Legends, I think it is. And I'm like, I gotta try it. That sounds so fun. I'm so excited. I think it's gonna come out in early 2025 though, so it's not out yet. So I will be waiting. She showed a little sneak preview of one of them. It's blurry, so we can't see any of the details, but she rolled a d20 to get a sneak peek of one gen, and she rolled a 5, and Gen 5 is Bard. And I'm like, give it to me now. So in an ideal world, we would have been making a sim for that, but it's not accessible yet. So I figure we could do some makeovers on our 100 baby family, because I do want to keep going with our 100 baby challenge. So yeah, I thought that we could do that for today. All right. Although I do like the base of what we have for mods. So I don't know how heavy we'll change it, but yes, Puppo, let's go. You already had so many other games you wanted to play too, so it's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I got a lot of new skin overlays, but honestly, I'll probably most of the time keep the one that I usually use because it's near and dear to me. I love what it does to the under eye area. Ooh, why is my game lagging a little? I don't like the lagging a little. Do I have anything extra open? It's just a small bit, so it's not bad, but maybe I'll close Discord for now. See if that helps. All right. Rip Discord. Bye group chat. Love you. I might release like builds to go along with the characters, so if you like the gen, you can play them. That would be fun. That's very fun. Oh, that's right. I can't do that with. Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, she has her little what do you call it? Gap tooth. Love that. I know I got some stuff that goes in the face paint category. Oh, that's right, we got these now. These are those little pimple patches from the new kit. Very fun. I like that, but subtle. Okay. And we've also got, I don't know if I can have that too, though. Where is it? these eyes. I don't think I can have both, but that's fine. I love these CC eyes I downloaded. They're very Maxis Match, but like nicer. Okay. Let's play. Oh, I got so many hairs. I'm unwell with how many CC hairs I downloaded. Whoa, whoa. Let's just try out the new CC ones I'll put on. I feel like I want to take off her glasses just for now so that I can have a better look, but I'll probably put her glasses back on. This is the one she had on, which I do like. But sometimes just a little makeover gets me re-inspired to play with a family. That's cute too. Sim is a vegetarian, a bookworm, and clumsy. Okay. And apparently dislikes yellow randomly. Fine. I'll avoid yellow for you then, bestie. I like yellow, but fair enough. I lost all my CC when I got a new PC. I didn't bother to do a backup, and that collection of mine was a cry for help. That's kind of what I was saying before, which was like, oh, I don't like how the bow sticks out. That's no bueno. Which was kind of like, oh, like I'm re-downloading a lot of the hairs that I had before, so it kind of feels like a little silly that I got rid of all them, but at the same time, having the fresh start, I don't regret. It is just nice to have a cleaner CC folder. I've organized this folder a lot more from the jump, and so now it's a lot easier. Oh, the little curly bangs are so cute. And one thing that I really like about CC is that, like, now some of these hairs have like an up and down version, which makes having multiple different hairstyles for different fits like a lot easier. I wish we had more of that in the actual game, but oh, that's so cute. I love the little side braids. Aw, Jay, thank you for coming in and saying thank you. I appreciate that so much. That's very kind of you. I hope you're having a good day. That's super cute too. These are all so good. I should try to remember that the one I liked best so far was Sims Trouble. This person has good hairs, and I don't think I had any of their hairs before. So I'm glad I found them. Sims Trouble. I love all the little loose pieces they do in a lot of their hairs. Oh, that's cute too. Oh my gosh. Right? One sec. Okay. Yeah, it was Butterfly. Butterfly gifted a bunch of community members new subs. And you got one too, so no worries about the mobile thing. Thank you for saying thank you. It's very kind of you. Wow. So many new CC hairs. Okay, I definitely liked that little Sims Trouble one with the little tucked side braids the best on this sim. Okay. Custom content. We've got a lot of little like hair pieces now, and sometimes they're for certain things, but you can make them work. Like these clips work pretty good with this hairstyle, even though it's definitely my game is a smidge more glitchy though, and I'm nervous about that. I don't really know how to fix that because that could just be the amount of CC, which I feel like I actually have a lot less than other people, but I need to clean out storage on my computer anyway. TBH, that could be part of it as well. My PC hasn't been running as smoothly in general. Is For Rent installed? Yeah, technically. I think they fixed For Rent though. I think. Don't quote me. That's a cool eyeshadow. This is like a everyday mom look though, so it's probably a little too much. I like that one. Oh, we can have the highlights just as a makeup form. Cute. Oh, the eyes are here too though. Why did the eyes from the skin details go away? Weird. Thank you for the hydrate. Cute. I like it, Picasso. Let me go to the skin details. Where are those CCIs I had? I know they were here. Where did they go? I'm losing my marbles. Weird. Okay. We'll figure that out later. I did also download some body presets. I need to get more plus size ones, but I think I can scale some of them because I don't want her to lose her plus size-ness. How do I get to... Oh, I don't have full edit mode on. So I might just have to leave that for now. Also, apparently at some point in my downloading, I did download a new default underwear set. I didn't know that I did this. I don't know when that I supposedly did this, but it apparently occurred. So, I don't hate it. I don't regret it, but I didn't know I was doing it. Nonetheless, I did not know that it was happening. Okay, what kind of vibe do we have for her right now? It's very like crunchy browns, sort of academic-y. She is a writer. Um, she is a writer. See if I can find her glasses again that they were wearing before. These are some of the CC glasses. They are cute. They're cuter than the base game, like pink, very flat ones. So I'm into it. I still want them to give mom. Very much so. That's cute. I think I want to go get into 100 or into like cast full edit mode real quick. Because I have some fun body presets. And we can still have her be plus size, but just with like a shape you can't really acquire without presets, which is makes for some fun variety. I think I like this one. You have so many oh, I was like Windows because I was so for some reason I was thinking of like Windows 10, like Windows 11, and I was like Windows in your CC. What? My brain was not not making sense. What you are saying makes a lot more sense than my brain was putting down. Oh, I also forgot to tell you all that I tried the web fishing game for the first time yesterday. Um, with the Whimsy Pals, we had a little web fishing night, and that was so fun. I was only free for an hour, unfortunately. I could have kept web fishing for so long. It's really cute. You play as like it's really like how do I explain it? It's not I want to say it's not well made, but not in a bad way. It's very like uh at home developed kind of vibe. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very fun. And you get to create your little character, and basically the only main goal is to fish, but there are lots of little side things you can do. For example, I bought a what you might call it. I purchased a you can buy different things, and one of the things that I bought was a metal detector, and then you could walk around and look for things in the ground with your metal detector. There's also bouncy mushrooms where you can bounce around the map, and you play in little lobbies with your friends. I think you can play in like public lobbies, and potentially, I would imagine you can probably have your own lobbies too, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, and yeah, we yapped and we were silly and we played in our little web fishing. My friend Mal was the one who introduced me to it, and they have an obsession. Don't ask me why. Don't ask questions because I don't have the answers, but they have an obsession with the in-game there's a hat you can unlock that's a I love peeing hat. So then, to be silly, we all got the I Love Peeing hat and we were dressed up matching together. And that made me giggle too. I took a picture of it. I'll have to show you guys. It's probably going to be huge when I try to show you because that always happens. For the PP goals! Not for the PP goals. I'm dead. I'm hoping in January I can plan the PP party for us too. If my flare actually is coming to an end, fingers crossed, then hopefully I can plan it for y'all. Where are my screenshots? I feel like normally the screenshots are right at the top, so now I'm confusion. Oh, here we go. See, it's so big. Why is it so big? Anyways, here was us fishing. I'm the little sleepy guy in the middle. And Mal had taken a potion to make themselves tiny. So then we were all wearing our I Love Peeing hats. And I had a little gay fish. And Lunix had a little trans fish. Mal has a lot more clothing items and stuff because they've been playing for longer, but... What? Why are you asking me that, Stosty? No, we were just wearing I Love Peeing hats in the game. That's all. I need web fishing to come to console. That would be fun. I'm curious to see like how much they plan to like update the game and like in what capacities. As I don't really know too much about it. But these are such cute pants. These are such comfy mom pants. These are like the pants I wear, to be honest. But yeah, we did that, and then Toasty, me, and Kale played a round of Ticket to Ride on Board Game Arena, and that was fun too. But Toasty made it like they added the expansions, and we had to do 3 routes, and that was so much harder. I was like, oh my god, I'm not equipped. So I got last place, but I did end the game with 69 points, so I'll take it. Oh my god. Not that those socks. I forgot that that happens sometimes. Wonder if that'll happen with all socks with these shoes. Probably has to do with how the shoes are made, not the socks. Unfortunate. I wonder if there's specific socks that are designed that with these that don't do that, but I'm not sure. It is very fun. It's one of the games that Toasty and I owned for quite a long time before we even really got too deep into our board game collecting. My aquaphysical therapist asked me what board games we have, and I didn't know how to answer her because I was like, we have so many. These little boots here are getting use when we do that D&D campaign. I'm gonna have to download some more like whimsical, magical fantasy CC when we do that. For real, for real. Oh, I did download. I know I downloaded a couple like retro. Those are so cute though. Oh my god. I like it, Picasso. I should make all the Cat's Eye girls in Cass someday. I say that because these moon boots remind me of Laura. It would be cute. It would be fun. I don't know what I'd use them for, but it would be fun. Those are cute. To make a girl group, obviously, oh my god, there's this creator on YouTube who's doing a girl group series. It's so fun. Maybe I'll do that eventually, but I'd have to think about how I wanted to do it. I feel like what I would say is if we ever get a band pack. If we ever get a band pack, then I'll probably do that. Because that would be so suited. Those are cute, like little ballet flats. Can you imagine? What if we did like a girl group challenge of some kind and then you all got to do the voting, the fan voting, and I would do like the judge voting and we'd combine y'all's um preferences with mine and then that's how the girls would go home. That'd be so fun. What a ride that would be. Well, you all could even submit your own Sims to enter the competition. A brand new villa and brand new bombshell enters the villa, so to speak. What's a girl group competition? It's inspired by like K-pop. K-pop does like trainings with a bunch of girls and then they sometimes do what are called survival shows where the girls then compete and are fan slash judge voted on like their singing skills, their dancing skills, rapping skills, etc. And then a select group of those girls will get picked to actually go on to form a K-pop group. And recently, there's been a few iterations done of it with international girl groups, where it's not just Korean girls entering, but girls from all over the world. And a company called Hive Geffen recently did one of the most like famous iterations of it and formed a girl group named Cat's Eye, which has been doing really well. So, yeah, that's the basic premise, essentially. Like a girl music group, to be clear. Like, think like Blackpink, Pussycat Dolls, that kind of stuff. Hello, Ernesto. Welcome in. How are you today, friend? Hello, hello. I like these. Toes. I actually got some CC nails too. Look at these sapphic nails I downloaded, y'all. Incredible. Iconic. I saw this and I was like, please, must have. Absolutely must have. I don't think I'm gonna do them for her, but in general, amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about this problem. I think this is still the case where CC rings usually mean that you can't have eyelashes. Yep. Oh, I forgot that they hate me because I love both of those items and having to choose between them is unfair. I wish that a lot of more CC creators would put their rings on different, like put it on a mole or something that I can put it on. Because if you don't know, like a lot of times, like CC items will be used from like a mesh of like a different item. So sometimes like skin overlays and stuff will be like a mole. You click it, like that's the category it's in basically. Oh, but your eyelashes are still weird. Is that the glasses? What is that? Because I took the rings off, right? Oh, that's weird. Let's see. Is it your glasses? No. Is it the nails? Maybe? No. Is it your hair? It is. That's so unfortunate. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't like that. What the heck? Okay. Well, maybe I'll have to see if I can get some CC eyelashes then. Hi, Elise. Oh, yeah, sure, Toasty. Yeah, that works. Well, I guess I can have rings then. Might as well at that, right? Cute. All right. Toasty and I are going to take a little walk because it's actually sunshiny and nice here, and we've been trying to figure out how to take walks where it's not dark out every time after we get off work. So I'm going to take a little break. So if you need to take a break, this is a great moment to stretch, take your meds if you need, grab a little cup of coffee or water, a snack, anything you need to do to take care of yourself. And I will leave you all with some words on Shrim. And then we'll keep hanging out when I get back. Thank you, friend. It's just a short little one, so break might be a tiny bit longer than normal, but shouldn't be too long or anything like that. BRB. To be honest, I don't even know what chiss is. I just could tell that it had to be a C word. So I guessed. But very good work, y'all. Puppo, congratulations on first, Nicole in second, and Do in third. And then we have Milam, Jen, Amiable, and Trifle, all 50 and above. So very good work. GG's. They didn't have tits either, Trifle, which is criminal. So I'll just do this instead. I'll just do that instead, I suppose. They said no bad words. Which, like, fine, I guess, for my PG-16 stream. Also, welcome into our friends who joined us while I was on break. Seals, I saw sneak in. Amiable, welcome in. Do, of course, welcome on in. And anyone else I might have missed. Nintendo, welcome in. We also have, I think, passed enough time to... They gave it to the bots. Of course, they gave it to the bots. What does that even mean, Toasty? Does that mean I get 42 brain cells? Because that could be kind of elite, I won't lie. But I have a feeling that that's not what it means. My partner set these up, and sometimes I don't even know what they're referencing because they reference like vines and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, all right, let's continue on our little makeover. We'll give her more everyday outfits in a minute, but let's keep working on... I feel like... Let's do these pants again for formal. Let's change up the shoes. I like this sweater on her though. When we were out on our walk, we pet our neighborhood cat. We don't know his actual name, but we've decided that his name is George. So that's what we call him. Actually, there's a couple. There's a couple neighborhood outside cats, which is not my favorite, but it is kind of what it is. And they seem like they're well cared for. They all go back inside regularly. And at least 2 of the 3 have, what are they called? The collars that protect them from the bugs. My brain is not working. Like a flea and tick collar. That's what I was meaning. But yeah, we have 3 outdoor cats in our neighborhood that we see quite often. We have George, who we see the most often. He is like a really light orange, almost cream cat with really long fur. He's a big fluffy boy. And he is so cute and so friendly. He comes running up to us every time, literally trotting. Accepts all the love and pets in the world. So cute. And then he has, I think it's his brother. Here's the neighborhood lore. I think it's his brother because they're always together and they have matching flea and tick collars. So I think that they live together. And it is, we call his brother Sawyer. We have no idea if they're actually even boys, and we have no idea what their real names are, but these are just the imaginary names we've come up with. And Sawyer is a short-haired orange and white cat. He is also very, very cute. Oh, I need to make the hair go on Olive. I wonder if the hair will do the thing with the eyelashes if those little pieces aren't there. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, I'm willing to give up on the little pieces if it means having eyelashes. Okay, cool. Oh, but I want the eyelashes to be on all of them. Yeah, the flea collars. And then our next door neighbor, we know that cat more directly. We know her name for sure. Her name is Lucy because we were introduced to her. Um, Her actual full name, ironically, is Lucifer, which really surprised us coming from our like older femme neighbor. But we were like, okay, apparently, I think like her like niece or like some kid in her family named the cat or something like that. Um, so I guess that's why. But her name is Lucifer, but everybody calls her Lucy, and she's a little grumpy old lady calico with big bones. She's a big kitty cat. She's a cutie though. She's also very loving. I say she's grumpy, but she does accept our pets and stuff. Um Shoot, where did I get the little edges? Where did those accessories come from? Oh, I think it's these ones. Okay, yeah. So let's apply that to all of them. Oh, and then I need to do the hair for all of them too. What are the differences between... Oh, one has it in the front. We can do that for some variation for some of them. That could be fun. I used to have a neighborhood with a lot of cats, all sweetie pies, and my Aussie loved them, made walking her a pain because she tried to herd all the cats home and be like, yes, these are mine now, people, thank you. Legitimately could not take that dog anywhere with her without her trying to take home cats. That's so cute. It kind of sounds like the plot of it kind of sounds like the plot of like a little children's book. Low key. I also want to bring the cats home, but we have many cats at home. I know, right? I always say I wish I could take George home. It makes me really nervous that we have so many outdoor cats here just because this area is really prone to... Oh, the boobies. I don't want to get TOS. That was not on purpose. Um, we have these, I don't really know what they're called, but there's these really, really big black birds. And we also get like the turkey vultures around here. Um, so I'm always afraid that they're gonna attack the cats. But I mean, I guess the cats have been living in this neighborhood for years and have been fine, so they're probably fine. I just get nervous. I just get anxious for the little guys. Trying to decide if we should stick with her current style or change it up more. This is more casual, crunchy. It still has a similar vibe, but I'm indecisive. Kind of was. She had a sad time before I adopted her, but she was iffy with people and other dogs, but cats to her were all her precious babies. Please. I love that. I love that so much. We did get a bunch of cute tattoos, so let's do some of these. These are gorgeous. Oh, there's like a black and white version. Interesting. I like the colors though. Oh, you can have like a partial. That's cool. You call your Lucy Lucifer. I know a few Lucy slash Lucifers. Please. That's so cute. She's a cutie. She's a sweet cat. And since she lives right next door, we see her the most. To be honest. Alright, I'm gonna check out some of the full bodies. I'm gonna see if I feel like messing with her style a little more. So originally I was kind of doing it to match her old style, but I need to decide if that's like what I want for her. Stop, that's so cute. Look at that little sweater. I wish it didn't change her frame so much though. Oh, why did it look like that? That freaked me out. This is the danger of CC on stream, I fear. Oh, the little overalls are cute though. Look at these little ones. Wait, those actually kind of still work with her other outfit too, I think. Like she's giving like comfy core, which is low-key the kind of clothes I wear, like clothes that are very, very comf. So I'm kind of into it. Let me see if I want to change her leg tattoos at all. Although maybe I keep this one because I think originally I liked this one because she's a writer. And it kind of has writer vibes. So yeah, I think I'll keep it. Oh, I really like this. That's cute. Look at the... Okay. Comfy core formal is so hard. She's having the same struggle that I have, which is how do you stay in your comfy core vibe but look dressed up? That's always the tricky question, isn't it? Maybe a sweater, which does kind of match her other sweater she wears. I like the pattern on it. Oh. Sometimes it's hard to tell with CC whether something's high-waisted or not. Oh, that's kind of cute. Mm-hmm. Whoa. I don't know about all that. Those pants that look like a dress. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of giving like cottagecore comf, which I'm definitely into. Okay, where was that clumsy alien skirt that I did like? I think that's the best combo. I don't want these shoes though. Not feeling them. There's actually a pair of non-CC loafers that I think would be good for this. And then rings. Lowy pants in real life this year. I have no idea what they're called to search them. I think when I was growing up, they were called like gaucho pants, I think. Gaucho. I actually exclusively wore gaucho pants for a long time. I think that's what they were called. You could also probably look up like yoga pants, just like loose form-fitting pants. I wear a lot of like athleisure type pants. They're basically like joggers. I wear a lot of joggers, I would say. Yeah, that's cute. And then maybe we get her some earrings for formal. Those are so cute. Wait, I want those IRL. I like those. Oh, those are also cute. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Again, we might do a second outfit for some of these, but just just trying to start by getting her vibes down. Hmm. The little New Balances are cute. Those could definitely be a solid option. There's also palazzo pants, which is why I think they're called. Oh, another good search term to try. Also, hi spiders, welcome in. What did I do for the shoes? Those could be cute for the shoes and formal too, if they... Oh, let's do those. Those are so fun. The little... Yeah, I like that. I like it, Picasso. I think I like these little New Balances. Whoa, those are baggier than I expected. I was not prepared. Oh, now, she doesn't look like she's wearing any pants. That was not the original plot of the movie. Alright, cottagey, comfy core. I feel like when you have a theme for Sims in CAS, the hardest part can be athletic sometimes because it just doesn't always. It's hard to achieve like a theme with athletic, I feel like. That's kind of nice. I like that too. Oh my god, the little cats, please. We did have a lot of cats in this household at one point, if you all remember. We had the accidental kittens escapade in this household. Oh, yeah, I would love to hear your good news, friend. Of course. Always, Papa. Always, always. Yeah, I think that's nice for her. Wonder if there's like an updo that has a similar vibe to her current hair that would match. Ooh, that's always fun, Puppo, when you feel um, like it's kind of a shoe-in situation. It's always handy. You don't have to stress as much. I love to hear it. I know that you've been considering um the CW version of drama back and forth. Like, hopefully not in a bad way, but fair enough. No, no, in a good way. Okay. Good, good, good. I know that you've been like kind of vaguely considering and applying different places for a while now from your current work. So I'm glad it sounds like something is possibly going to work out. I feel like that could be the same hair. I like that for an updo for her. Also a strandier version, but I think I like this one. Or do we like the bun? I like the pony. I don't do ponies a lot. Is it going to be like similar type of work to what you're doing now or pretty different? I think that's a swimsuit top actually. Oh, but these little tank tops are cute. That's very comfy core energy, I feel like. Very similar but different industry that I'm hoping will be more stable. Tech is very wobbly, right? Yeah, tech and gaming are both very wobbly right now, so it's very understandable to be looking for something a little more stable. I feel like everybody in those industries unfortunately is put in this like position where you're constantly worried whether your job is safe, and that's just so not a vibe. Like even if you're doing a good job, like I see so many TikToks of people being laid off where the company is literally like, this has nothing to do with your performance. You've performed excellently. We're not unhappy with your performance. Please don't take this as like us thinking that you did a bad job. And it's like, yeah, like, I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you like think I did a good job, but it's kind of like not fair and not a good, comfortable working environment to know that it kind of stings more, right? To know I did everything I could and you like my work and it still wasn't enough. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but where's the stuff from the new Slumber Party kit? So I had applied for a job with this company that I was kind of out of my skill set manager role. I had never held a manager lead title officially, so it was a stretch. I wasn't upset when I got rejected because, like I said, I've never held the title. And moved on with my life. I feel like that's the beginning of the story, unless I'm mistaken. I love this set that they put in the Love Struck, but I feel like I use it for everything, and it's not very comfy core. Oh, I do see people wear these. This is kind of fun. I would never wear this, but I feel like she might. Oh my god, stop! Look at those slippers. Those slippers are so good. Thanks, my love.
Of course. You want salt and pepper or anything with it?
No.
I made the kids some lick mats so they think they're getting something.
Oh, she looks so cute in the sunshine there.
Yeah. A big yawn.
Big yawn.
Big yawn. You want to think about something?
I got an email from the recruiting manager a while later saying, hey, we're opening this other position. Would you be interested? It was a pretty substantial pay cut, but the vibes are good. And it was hybrid to me, local, but pre-move. So I had turned her down with a thank you, but I'm moving. She was like, well, I showed your resume to the QA manager and he went to the hiring manager and it turned out he convinced me to let you be fully remote. Dang, they really want you, huh?
They said, good
They
enough.
said we will make it work. I mean, the avocado's in the frame. She just has to actually approach it. Y'all look at the cat cam.
Close up.
There's treats in that toy in front of the pineapple.
But does she actually want it is the question.
Well, that's always the question. That's the unknown. She's sniffing it.
It might have a side effect of big later on. He does like the avocado in general. I don't need one right now. That is too much getting. I'm not very good at that part. I'm gonna make my lunch and then go back to work.
Thank you for lunch, my love. Mwah.
That's not a scratching, but thank you.
Okay, I'm catching up. The interview went well. I was excited. She then told me the person they had offered the original role to had backed out, and the manager wanted to talk to me about that role as well, but that would have to be hybrid. But hybrid could be city about 45 minutes from where I'm moving. And I was like, okay, yeah, interesting. There was a lot of internal interest, which meant, yeah, gonna go internal. Got the notice yesterday that it was filled. I was sad, but then I sent an email saying basically I was glad for them to have found an internal candidate. Of course, if she wanted, she could keep me in her pipeline for future things. She really liked me, like would have hired me on the spot if she could have, and wished her and the team a safe and happy holidays. Thanked her for her continued support and congratulations, basically being as nice and gracious as I can be. I know the tea emo is so real. That's how I'm feeling. I feel like that little frog. I'm ready. Oh, Junie found a ball, so if the camera goes flying, it's because Junie ran into the cord with it. Oh my gosh, that is a wild ride. I remember that was a little bit stressful, but good on you for keeping your head on straight and, really rolling with the punches, because it sounds like your ability to adapt to all the changes that they had in that whole process along the way has really like benefited you. And I'm sure it was like annoying at times, but at the same time, like in a way, it probably showed them that, even under a difficult circumstance, like getting told you're not going to get it, you were still like really respectful and stuff. Probably only added to them wanting you for the role. Yeah, just a lot of back and forth. Even if it's good back and forth, it's a lot to get your head like excited for something. One could argue like maybe you shouldn't get so excited about it so early, but I think it's just a natural inclination to be excited. I think it's silly to fault people for, you know, feeling human emotion basically. But it's hard to feel that excitement and then be brought back down and then feel that excitement and then be brought back down type of thing. But it sounds like in the end it's gonna hopefully work out. I'm trying to get her a second outfit because I do like that little one piece, but I feel like it's not like necessarily an everyday sleep situation. I'm looking for like a t-shirt, comfy bottoms, I think. I hate how, like, not to add any negative to your particular story because I can understand why the person liked you. You're a very good communicator, very well deserved and stuff. But I do kind of hate how symbolic it is in a way that so much about getting a job these days in this current market is like if someone really likes you and stands up for you, that can take you so far. But if you don't have that, if the hiring manager, is sometimes it can just be nada, nada yada island. Maybe we wear these shorts that we have for sporty. Yeah, let's put her hair up for sleep too. Maybe we'll do the bun for sleep. Hi, Sari. Welcome in. But also, like, not communicating to the hiring manager, like, oh, we want to look internal. Oh, I'm sure she was frustrated by that too. My guess is that it for sure played a part. They're a company that is small but growing. They keep that small startup mindset. So I found my personal sweet spot. Human, acknowledge the emotions, but also support and champion the internal team candidates. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Oh, that looks like her hair, but when it's like out of. Yeah, that's cute. That looks like her hair when it's out of the little braids. I like that. I've had a few others I've interviewed with that I've gotten fairly far and been hit with the internal candidates. I'm like, cool, but you wasted so many people's times now. I wonder if they're required. Sometimes some companies are like required to treat the internal candidates like the regular candidates and like do a full interview process for everybody, even though unfortunately they kind of know from the beginning that because that happened with me. I was a student in a college prep program. I was in the program for all 4 years. Then I went to college, graduated with my like education degree, and when I came home, I worked during some of the summers. I worked as a RA, so I had a lot of like experience with this program. And when I found out that they, as a senior RA, that they were hiring for the what was the role called? Uh, it was kind of like assistant director, events coordinator. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but oh, program coordinator. When I found out that that role was hiring, I decided to apply, and I had known about the role in advance. And like TLDR, they pretty much knew they already wanted to hire me, but they were like legally required to run a full search. And unfortunately, that kind of is the same situation that you'd be in where like external candidates didn't know that, obviously. Even actually there were some other internal candidates too. And it was really interesting because my supervisor, she was like, she told me later, she was like, it was kind of hard because I can't just go into the meetings and be like, yeah, I want that person. Like, it's not how it works. I have to like justify it with your experience and stuff, and it was kind of hard because I knew you were really qualified. Your experience in the program is huge because you know what the students go through. Um, you have the degree, but at the time I was 23 and like I might have even told like 22. I was fresh out of college, like fresh. And some of the other applicants had a lot more like experience. So it was like kind of hard for them to like push for me because on paper, you know, some of the other candidates might be more experienced, but they didn't have any knowledge of our specific program and the students. Like I was already close to the students in the program. They already trusted me, respected me, type of thing. And then it was interesting because when I was in the program, working as the program coordinator, they were like, you really shouldn't tell the students your age because some of the seniors are 18 and you're like 23, 24. So it's not that big of an age gap. I'm cautiously optimistic since they repeatedly approached me. And it seems like the team and the manager is already on board. Well, I'm manifesting for you that it basically just is a confirmation and nothing too tough to work around, basically. Oh yeah, I think I was a good program coordinator. Low-key leaving that job or that role was like the hardest part of my decision to move to Chicago. I was really excited about living in Chicago and being away from my hometown because meh. um I was stoked about that, but that job, I really enjoyed that job. My supervisor was a little um I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. She was a little, she had been in that job for 20 years. I think quite a long time. 10 years? I don't know. Some large amount of time, I forget. And so in that sense, like she was very, very experienced. I don't know why it changed her hair for all of these, but honestly, I kind of like it, so I'm not super mad about it, but I do want some of them to have the pony, so I'll fix that later. Um, so she was like very, very experienced when it come to her familiarity with the program. She'd been running it for a long time, but it didn't feel like she had continued to stay in the know about more modern things with kids, which is interesting because you obviously have to do like updated trainings and stuff. So it's not like she wasn't attending the trainings, but she was a little like tapped out, like tabbed out, maybe would even be a better description of her job. Like she, I don't know, she just like didn't, it didn't seem like she, when she was going to like those trainings and stuff, that she was actually trying to retain, oh my god, look at the dinosaur sweater, actually trying to like retain the information, I guess. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but and with that being said, she cared a lot about the students, and that was really evident, and her coworkers, but she was very behind the times on a lot of like identity based stuff with students. and we were having more and more students who were like openly queer, and we were having more like BIPOC students enter the program and more disabled students. Like when I was working as a program coordinator at RA, we had our first deaf student in the program, and she was really underprepared having accepted that student. Like I had to fight for that student a lot. There were times where she didn't want to spend the money on like the interpreting services, like lots of comments that like I knew she didn't like, not that I'm justifying her actions, but I knew her as a person very well, and I knew she didn't mean to be bad by them, but I constantly had to teach her things and be like, hey, like, you can't do that. You can't say that because this is why. And as soon as I like explained it to her and like helped her understand why it was not appropriate and why it was harmful, she'd get on board. So like that's better than some bosses, obviously. But it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, but like why am I having to teach you this? I shouldn't have to teach you this considering your pay grade. Considering that I am not being paid to do your job, basically. Um, so she was a little bit tricky to work with in those aspects, and sometimes I would be like, "Ooh." She would me and my fellow coworker, so there was only two of us in the office with the supervisor. It was only a 3-person office. And my fellow coworker, the academic coordinator, was a black woman, and I was openly queer, one of only 2 people on the entire campus using any pronouns publicly other than she, her, he, him. And sometimes, like, as much as I love the students, I love the program, I even really had a soft spot in my heart for the supervisor. It was like a lot of labor, and me and my colleague talked a lot about how sometimes we felt like we would go to the trainings and a lot of times she wouldn't go to the trainings, even though we knew a lot of that stuff because both of us had studied it and lived it. And then we'd come back from the trainings and she'd have like all these questions, and we would just get irritated because we'd be like, you could have went to the training and learned yourself, but you didn't, and now you're treating us like we are your personal training tool, if that makes sense. um And we called her out on it at one point. She did get a little bit better about it. But it was just a downside of the rule. Where the first more qualified candidate didn't work out, and I got the job a few weeks later. Yeah. It's interesting because what people think of as qualified is really not the only thing to consider. I know it's like hard to explain, but the reason why having like a person as a part of the hiring process is so important is because it's really and truly not just, I actually want this as a formal outfit, but if I copy it over, I think it's going to cover both outfits, and I really wish that's not how the copy feature worked. Okay, I'll try to figure that out. Which means I need a different party top though. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it's really not just about peer qualifications on the table, like on your resume, basically. Like, yes, that's a part of it. Yes, you don't want to be super biased and like not consider people's qualifications, of course, but I was a part of a lot of hiring committees when I was doing the work that I was doing as program coordinator just because I liked being on them. I would volunteer for them. And my job was very seasonal at that place. I was hired all year round, but I was really only busy during certain parts of the year. So I would get on these hiring committees also just to have some more work to do sometimes. Um, and like I loved that. I would honestly like love to work in a role where I was like in charge of hiring. I'm sure all the like political aspects of it would be unpleasant, but um and I've told this story before, so this is repetitious to some of you, but um the when I left, I got to help hire the person who replaced me, which was fun and interesting. And they really wanted to go with this um younger candidate with less experience, and I didn't resonate with her. Her answers were mid, and I had this feeling that she was not going to fit the program the way that they wanted or needed her to. And I was really vying for this other candidate. And at one point, and I've told you all this story because it's quite problematic too, which was very concerning. One of the people on the team, the hiring team, said they basically admitted that they didn't want to hire him because English was his second language. And they didn't think that he would be able to connect with the students because of it, which I personally was like not happy about that being said. And then also pushed it back a lot because he had a lot of qualifications. He was doing really interesting research at the time with his studies. He was passionate. And personally, I had interviewed him. I could understand his English was perfectly good for a formal interview level. And I was like, if he can come here and he can verbalize himself well enough on the work that he's doing, his passion, his interests, I can connect with him, I can understand him, then the students will be fine. And I just feel like adults like to hide behind the students sometimes, like how even with like if I think of like trans issues, for example, people will be like, "Oh, it's just too confusing. They won't understand." And I'm like, "Y'all have clearly never described things to kids before, because when you tell a young kid what it means to be like non-binary, most of the time the kids are like, unless they've already been given a preconceived notion about it, usually kids are like, "Oh, cool. Okay. Whatever." Like they do not care. Oh, it was. There were so many microaggressions at that job, for sure. But anyways, I tell you all this story because I convinced them to hire him, to pick him, because I thought he was most deserving for the role. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still there today. And even if he's not still there today, he was there for many years. And trust, the person who was in charge there would not have kept him there if they were not happy. And I was like, I told y'all. I told y'all he'd be a good fit. I knew what I was talking about. Yeah, they had gotten that preconceived notion because they had worked with some of the international students before. Um, they had worked with some of the international students before um, for academic tutoring, and had some trouble with like the students connecting with them, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't even know if I believe them, but supposedly. And so then they were all like up in arms about it. And I was like, you cannot apply like one experience that you've had with a particular situation to every single um candidate who has English as a second language moving forward. Like that's not fair. Imagine it was like if the role was reversed Imagine if the role was reversed and like some white lady was like a Karen, and then they were like, we never want to hire any white ladies ever again because they're all Karens. Like, you can't say that. So why are you saying this? It's just because you're being racist and microaggressive. Recently, Out and Be Friends' daughter asked me why I call her daddy. They still want to be called dad, which is their choice, by a different name than what her mom and grandparents did. And I was like, well, I know your dad has talked to you about pronouns. So they asked me to call them by a different name, like we call you nickname, and how you call me nickname. You know what she did? She said, cool, and asked for water balloon fights. Zero fricks. And that's how kids are, too. So I get really pressed when people try to hide behind kids. Because I'm like, kids do not care. For real, they don't. They don't care. They're actually the most, like, easy and quick to pick up on this kind of stuff. So you're not gonna tell me that the kids are the problem, because they're not. You're the problem. The kids do not find this complicated at all. I don't know what to tell you. Kids pick up on that so fast, and they really just do not care. They just want to understand. They want to explain to them, and then once they understand, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool." Anyways, can we go play with like Barbies again? Like, really and truly not pressed in the slightest. Oh, that's why. Oops. No, where is that little swimsuit top? There we go. Oh, yeah, kids are so easy when it comes to teaching them about stuff. They just needed to explain to them at their age, like, range when they're younger and picking up on information. And it's fine. It's really and truly not a problem at all. Yeah, there's lots of books. People just get really scared that, like, I don't know. I think that they think that when we say that we're talking to kids about these subjects, they think that we're talking to these kids like they're adults. Um, Especially because of a lot of preconceived notions about, like, I feel like especially if you're queer, then there's like a lot of assumptions about like indoctrinating children and like speaking to them in an inappropriate way. Like, we're very hyper sexualized in that way, unfortunately, because that's just like not true, but you know, it's like a stereotype. And I'm like, besties, we are not talking to your children about these things and in any way that wouldn't be like children appropriate. Like, come on. Is the music still playing lo-fi? I thought I heard something. I don't wear my headphones when I'm streaming, but I thought I heard some talking. No. I don't know what I keep hearing. Maybe our neighbors are out in their porch. I keep hearing like vague talking. And it keeps throwing me off. Um, oh, maybe Toasty's in their meeting? No, not yet. I don't know what it is then. I know, I was thinking maybe a mystery tab too, but I don't think so. Exactly, Trifle. I mean, you see that with like drag queens and how drag queens like to do it's common for them to do like the drag readings and stuff. And it's always, oh, it's not appropriate for them to be talking to children. It's like, okay. Well, that's cuz you're making it weird. It wasn't weird, but you're making it weird. Hi, dancer. Welcome in. How are you today? You're so funny, Papa. Just because they don't act like it. You haven't earned me talking to you because as like an adult because you don't even act like an adult is so real. Wait, this is hot weather wear, so I need to make sure that it makes sense. The people are like, "Do you discuss gay sex with children?" I'm like, "No." Do you discuss? Like, actually, I mean, the answer is yes, but in the same way that you would discuss. Like, only in the sense of like, oh, the child is asking. Clearly, they're at that point in their development where they're curious. Okay, I'll walk them through like what is an appropriate amount of information for them to know at this age. Not anything more than what you would do. But then I guess like a lot of straight people have a very like purity culture. That's probably the Christianness of our country coming through. So then even that, like a lot of times they won't actually answer their children's questions and stuff. So it's just like y'all are really making things up. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better, Dancer. I'm sorry you've been sick so much lately, friend. Oh yeah, I mean parents in general, uh probably relatively unintentionally, but still let their kids see a lot of pretty inappropriate media these days. Just by nature of the fact that our economy is so bad that a lot of people have to work a lot. And because they have to work a lot, they don't have as much time to spend with their kids. And their kids wind up watching a lot of media independently. And it's not as checked over as it should be. You know, parents are sometimes working two jobs. A kid is getting supervised potentially by a sibling. Like, that part too, Toasty, because I follow a couple early childhood educators on social media who are like, parents are not even teaching their kids the bare minimum basics. They're coming to school, they can't like say their name, they can't write their name, they can't, and they can't, there, no one's reading to them at home, no one's teaching them how to tie their shoes, no one's teaching them how to wash their hands. If any of you follow Dutch on TikTok, which I feel like some of you do, he's a pretty big creator. He teaches young kids. He's a queer young kids educator. And he is like, "Do you know how much time I spend every day having to help the children wash their hands because none of them have been taught how to wash their hands, and it's super important right now with all the illnesses going around and stuff, but also just in general for them to know how to wash their hands." Like, please. Hello, Gingy. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your stream? Hi, Ash. Welcome. Lamb, that emo is so good. I like that one. Cute. Oops, sorry. Thank you, friend. We're just doing a little makeover on a sim that we already play with for our 100 berry save, and we're using it as an excuse to check out some of the CC I downloaded. So, stream's just been a lot of cozy chit chatting today. I hope you also had a good stream. Thank you for bringing your friends over. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And to all the friends who joined us, if you're not familiar with who I am, you don't know me, my name is B. I use they, them pronouns. I am a full time queer and disabled content creator here on Twitch. We do a lot of cozy gaming. We play a lot of The Sims 4. We play indie games. We like to co work and craft together. So, overall, just cozy coexisting, I would say. So if that sounds like your cup of tea and you want to hang out with us, you're more than welcome to. But if you, any of you, including Gingy, if you need to raid and run, if you need to go rest, do some self-care, what have you, please feel free to do so. But yeah, we're here if you need the company. I'm also so indecisive today, y'all, so I feel like this is taking like way even longer than I usually take in CAS. So forgive me for that, but I've been more focused on the yaps, low-key, than the CAS. Slowing us down. So you're making up time real. That's cute. We could do her sandals or flats. Yeah, those are cute. I was on early Tumblr before I knew safe search was and what sex was because my mother thought school was going to teach me. They did in 7th grade, but that was very rudimentary. Don't stick it in if you don't want a kid with a side of apple flavored content. Oh, dancer, please. My mom is dyslexic and she's really drove in on us trying to get us to read and write our ABCs before we got in elementary school, and she made it super fun. We go to the library a lot. Like, yeah, like I do want to acknowledge that part of the reason why parents don't teach their kids as much stuff now is because of like the situation economically has put a lot of parents in positions to have to have like multiple jobs. Like they actually don't have the time. It's not necessarily that all of them don't care, but there's also a lot of people who just do not care and do not do those things with their kids anymore. I grew up, my parents were very imperfect, but they did do a lot better when I was younger, and one of the things that was better was my dad had like I had like a star chart. It was just a big chart my dad made on the wall, and it had different things that I really wanted. It would be like small gifts, like a treat, all the way up to like a big thing like a bike. And he would print off letter writing practices, math practices. He would do flashcard stuff with me, and it would be like if I chose to work on that stuff by myself or asked to work on it with my family, they would give me a star for every time I worked on it, and um, those stars would add up to me earning rewards basically, and it was an incentivization for me to um, it was an incentivization basically for me to learn my letters and learn my math that I didn't really like doing. And, they just cared. They wanted me to be in a good position for school when school started. They didn't want me to struggle. Like, the amount of kids who are like in school and they're like really struggling because their parents didn't set them up for success, and then they feel dumb, like truly they feel like all the kids around them are smarter than them, and that they don't they try to like hide their lack of knowledge because they feel embarrassed, and it's just not a good situation to set kids up in. Like, you need to, no one's saying you need to be perfect, but you need to try. Your kids need you to try. I can say a lot of awful things about my dad, but one thing he was pretty adamant about is if you find it interesting and it gets you to do a skill, we're gonna go with it. Finding school books boring but liking comics, okay, do your reading and then we can read comics. Hate math but like games, okay, get math. Exactly, exactly. It's just that effort. And another thing is like putting an effort to show your kid that you like are interested in things they're interested in. Like, the amount of kids that I know whose parents don't ask them how their school day went, don't ask them what they're learning. The kid tries to talk to them about the show they're interested in or the game they're interested in, and the parents are like, I'm too busy, I don't care, I don't want to talk to you about this, like, I'm uninterested. And then they're like super surprised. They're like, oh, well, my kid doesn't want to talk to me, or like my kid doesn't you know come to me with things. Like, yeah, of course they don't come to you with things because you make them feel like you show no interest in who they are as a person. Like, what would make them want to come to you with it? I just like, why are we surprised for real? Like, I don't understand. Enjoy your lurk, Elise. Not to sound like a boomer, but I wonder if iPads, computer phones have played a role in parents not spending as much time with kids and learn them stuff. Oh, for sure. At least a bit. In the sense that, you know, it's like a double whammy, right? There's on one side, it's the parents are addicted to their phones, and I get it. I am a chronic scroller, so I can definitely see that I'm like, it's something I see in myself now that I want to work on, but it's going to become even more important that I'll have worked on it by the time that kids are involved, because it's so easy. Like, even sometimes it happens in relationships now where, I have my relationship with Toasty and it happens on their end too, but it's not one-sided, but it's a struggle where like, oh, I'm like hyper focused on my phone, and then, Toasty starts talking to me and I don't realize, or I don't give them my full attention, and then I have to apologize and be like, I'm sorry, I should have given you my full attention, I didn't hear what you said, could you share that with me again, I do want to hear it. And so like parents are on their phones more in general, and then the kids, the parents are busy and stressed. The stress levels of parents, I think, are a lot higher these days. Understandably, they're having a hard time putting food on the table and stuff like that. But As a result, the parents are so stressed that the solution is often to hand the child a piece of technology to keep them entertained. And I get it. I empathize, but when you think about both of those things playing a role, you know, it's a lot. It winds up answering a lot of questions about time spent with their kids, unfortunately. Kiddo I mentioned earlier, she's at the age where she's like, why is it bad to read magical kids series? Parents explained, but she was bummed because her friends were. Parents are not clued in on the books the same way I am, so I got her first Percy Jackson book. We all read it together, and now she's super excited and getting her friends to read it. Let's go. Yes. It's so important to be invested in what your kids are doing. So important to show genuine interest. Because it's like now, like my parents didn't always show very genuine interest in what I was doing, and now I'm just not super inclined to speak to them about what I'm interested in. Why would I? You've never shown me any sign that you want to know, you know? But then I think they get sad that we don't, and it's like, okay, well, unfortunately, you kind of set yourself up for this situation. My mom was like that with the not wanting to listen to me about my interests, but her boyfriend's dad would not listen, but not just listen, but actively participate in whatever I was interested in. Like, even when I was like 8 and wanted to make board games when I grew up, he bought rolls of this giant paper and helped me draw board games and come up with rules and played them with me. Yes. Yes, I love that. Have you tried reading short flash fiction story threads? I found that I've been doing that more too. I just scroll through some stories so I keep reading. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, me too, Dancer. I'm also trying to replace some of my scrolling with reading. I know not scrolling at all is not like achievable for me, but I am just trying to gravitate towards grabbing a book more often, especially because I mean I have my Kindle, so and technically I even have books on um my phone as well. If I want, I can access my Kindle books through my phone too. I just picked up my first book for 2025 actually. I'm reading what's it called? Something Telegram Club. Last Night at the Telegram Club. And I've heard it's gotten really good reviews, but that it will probably hurt me emotionally. So we'll see how that goes. I'm like, "Oh boy, okay. All right." It's a queer book. One of the things that's helped me a lot with reading more, nobody asked for suggestions, so it's unsolicited advice. And as always, with any unsolicited advice I give, I encourage you to take what resonates and leave what doesn't, even if it's everything. If everything doesn't resonate, you can just ignore me. But I will say one of the things that helped me the most with getting back into reading last year was my best year in a while. Last year I read 12 books, which was my goal for the year, so one book a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, I heard the little voice again. I feel like I'm losing my marbles. As long as y'all don't hear it, I guess it's fine. It was kind of a lesson, so, and I don't know if this will feel like it applies to other people. So if it doesn't apply to you, that's fine, but I kept trying to make myself, like very unintentionally, but I kept trying to make myself read what I thought I was supposed to read and not necessarily what I actually wanted to read or what I would find relaxing to read. Growing up, I got really big into self-help books. I liked them genuinely, like truly and honestly, I enjoyed them. I liked that they helped me reflect on who I was and what I wanted to change, and they would often inspire me to do things. So it was coming from a good place, but at one point, Toasty very kindly was like, hey, I know you like the self help books, but I think because you only really read self help books, sometimes your brain is too tired or not interested in thinking about the ways in which you need to change or grow, or, sometimes your brain just needs to be able to focus on truly relaxing into a story and having fun. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, you're probably right though, right? Like, okay, fair enough, heard. And I started picking up a lot more. I still read self-help books. I still read even like academic books, like we were reading in book club. I still like to grow as a person through reading, but now I always pair it with reading books that are purely fun based. Predominantly for me, I really like reading queer books. So it might be different for you. Maybe there's some kind of guilty pleasure you have. I know a lot of people like smutty books and sometimes feel weird about that. But if that is what's like, whatever is going to get you to pick up the book and be excited about it, go with that. Run with that. And it doesn't matter what literally anyone thinks about what it is that you're choosing to read. You don't even have to tell anybody. It can just be your personal reading. But like, really, really, truly run with whatever kind of book or reading excites you. Because now what I do is I still read self-help books. I still read informational books. But whenever I find myself in a slump, I pick up a fun book. I also pick them up sometimes when I'm not in a slump. But that's like a surefire way to help me get out of any reading slump I'm in, is to pick up a book that I think I will like purely just because it's fun. And I think that that's been key, at least for me personally. Oh my god, I finally figured out what the little voice was, and y'all are gonna laugh at me. Y'all are gonna laugh at me. It's the sim talking. It's the sim talking. I can't hear, like, I don't have my headphones on when I stream. And I wasn't looking at the screen in the right way enough to pick up on the fact that every time I was confused, it was the sim. That's so embarrassing. Anyways, don't perceive me. I cannot. What is that sound? Who's talking? It's the sim bee. It's the sim. So many times in games where I don't think much about the characters talking, like the Genshin idle dialogue. Well, at least it's not just me. At least it's not just me. think there's a masculine top that I like for. Hmm. I'm looking for the masculine shirt that has the fanny pack. Yeah, I like the hip dips too. Snowy Escape. Okay, that's what I was thinking too. But I wasn't sure if I was remembering correctly. Yes, perfect. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I usually have the music playing, and then the times I've been like, I have to look at the characters and be like, have you sounded like that the whole time? Oh, fair enough. Real. Okay, I'd like to get them a second party outfit. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna go grab my ice pack. And do a little stretch. So, let me see. Yeah. So I'll be right back. I'll leave y'all with some words on stream. And then it should be a short one, but I'm just gonna make sure to take care of my shoulders and stuff. So, BRB besties, enjoy your words. Good luck. Very good, gamers. GG. GG, GG. Puppo first, Trifle second. Actually, Zeri and Trifle holding second together, and Nicole and myself all on the board. Nice work. Excuse me. All right, so I got my ice pack stretched out a little bit. I also should take my meds. Actually, hold on. So got myself a snack. Got some banana bread on my bread. So if you need meds, you need a snack, water, all the good things, make sure you take care of yourselves. All right. Second party outfit. I think we should grab the skirt from our formal wear and find a way to make a party outfit out of that. Just because I like to reuse things where I can. I think it's a clumsy alien skirt. Is that it? I think so. And then let's find a top that can go with it. Someone who also has dogs gave me a blanket and it smells like their dogs. And Snickers keeps searching for the hidden dogs. Oh no, poor Snickers. Snickers is like, where is this invader in my home? Where are they? Very real. Okay. We need a little party top. A little party shirt to go with this. Probably a crop top based off of the skirt situation. You know whose fits this character kind of reminds me of? This character, not on purpose, totally not on purpose, but kind of reminds me of egg_babe in vibes. If you know who that is. Some of you might be like, I don't know who the heck you're talking about, actually. See, Toast, the at one doesn't work sometimes. Not sure why. Only sometimes it doesn't work. But the non-at one seems to always work, so I've just been shifting to doing that. Just one, I think. Oh, I don't know. I assumed just one. There you go. Yeah, I like that. Maybe. Let's do that one. Maybe this look will have the matching lipstick to the formal. You're out of your meeting. You've been freed. Let's go. Oh, Toasty. You're so funny. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. It wasn't you using 20,000 points just to commit to a bit. It should have been, though. That sounds just like you now that I say it out loud. How was your meeting today, my love? I used to have two hamsters. They were not in the same cage because hamsters can be very territorial. One time I let out my hamster and I had the other hamster's mini house outside. When the hamster noticed this thing had another scent, the hamster started to shake and attack me. Long story short, don't mix the stuff between hamsters. Oh no. I'm sorry that happened to you, friend. I don't think I can ever own another hamster. My mom traumatized me with hamsters. Unfortunately. Everyone is hecking done with the year, relatably. Fair enough. Everyone's like, okay, I'm done now. I don't think next year's gonna get much better, though. So we'll see how the heck that goes. Oh, you know what we could wear is the little... these from our athletic wear. And then we can go ahead and pair it with something. What if we do the cat shirt here? I've been meaning to find a way to bring the cat shirt back into the lineup. Because I didn't like how he worked with the fitness outfit, but I did like the idea of her wearing it. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, I think she looks good. Cute. Hamsters are a lot to take care of. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get another one because the cleaning part was a lot. Yeah. They can be. They can definitely be a lot to take care of. Like TW, like hamster, like passing away. My mom, when I was younger, she I had a hamster. Hamster's name was Sylvia. I don't know, don't ask me why. And um my mom cleaned the bathroom that Sylvia would stay in the bathroom because at night she was very noisy. She would run on her wheel, she'd burrow, normal hamster stuff. Um she'd burrow and stuff, so I'd keep her in the bathroom so that I could sleep. And then of course I would bring her into my room or play with her or whatever at different points in time. And my mom cleaned the bathroom with bleach while the hamster was in there, and the fumes did not do well for my hamster. And then I was very mad at my mom because she killed my pet basically. And now I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't unremember that part of my life. And she tried to be like, oh, I don't know what happened. And I was like, I know exactly what happened. Don't lie to me. All right, we're gonna redo our house too. But is there anything sentimental, like pictures or anything I want to make sure we take with us? Maybe some of the kids' art. Mm. Anything else? No, I think that's it. No, I mean, I'm okay now. Like, obviously, that happened a really long time ago. So I appreciate all the kind words, of course, but I'm fine now. It's just, it's one of those things that sticks with you. So much anxiety. We never had one when I was growing up. I always wanted a hamster or a rabbit or something. My mom is allergic to rabbits, so sounds like I missed out on some drama. I suppose. Of all those types of creatures, I grew up, we never had a guinea pig, but I grew up always, I always, what's the, like, baby sat, pet sat, I guess. One of my friends, um, guinea pigs every holiday season. So that was always a fun. It was kind of like I got to have an experience with um having guinea pigs without like as much of the maintenance work consistently, only for a few weeks. I feel like I want to actually move them to another neighborhood, perhaps. I wanted basically every animal I encountered as a pet at some point as a kid, but my mom was only willing to have dogs. No, that's real. That's very fair. Um, my I never really was like introduced to um rabbits when I was younger, but I feel like if I was, I would want one. I now have a lot of friends who have rabbits. Um Kanda has rabbits, TQ has rabbits, and I really enjoy observing from afar, but I've learned a lot since then of like I've learned a lot since then of like rabbits and those types of creatures tend to have a lot of special needs they have for care, and it's really easy to make mistakes, especially if you have like young kids, with how you're treating creatures like that. Even like my hamster, I think a lot about like probably needed like a bigger enclosure um than they had access to even as well. So it's probably good I didn't have a lot of creatures, even though perhaps it would have wanted them. Hmm. Mm. I should have had that furnished, but whatever, it's fine. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Boom, 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 boom. Do you know what they eat? I'm not buying food for a snake is so real. Oh? Whoa, whoa. That's not good. Don't like to see that. This is why I made a separate save just in case. I knew CC was risque. Let's see if this loads, and if it doesn't, I'll close the game and open it again. The fact that the load-in sound happened, but I'm not on the screen, makes me feel I'm not feeling good. Basically. What did the captions do? How dare you? Captions, you know, make my game not work. Alright, let's see. I might have to close and come back. I have that song so stuck in my head. Bum, 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 bum. It's so catchy. Apparently she made it into the top 10 women's artists, which is good. Happy for her. The whole album is elite, but nothing like Apata to be transparent true. That is true. It's a lot more ballady than Apata. When I was a kid, I had a shitty small cage and barely any bedding for a hamster, but as an adult doing research, yeah, I had a 1 meter big glass cage for each hamster and I filled with bedding. My point is a lot of animals that are kid friendly aren't. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I was trying to say. You worded it a lot more clearly and directly than me, but yeah, essentially it's a good thing probably that I only had access to cats and dogs. And even I'm learning in my adult life that most people aren't super equipped for cats and dogs even. Like pets are so good for humans' mentals, so I understand why it's like so common for us to, you know, seek that out, but I don't know, it's not always in the pet's best interest. Maybe this house just doesn't come furnished. Oh, yeah, exactly. If an album is good where I like listening to it front to back, it gets stuck in my brain on repeat. I know you said you've been listening to that album over and over again. Okay, let's see what this error code is. Wish I could copy it instead of having to type it. Sims 4 error code 110.B8BAA68A colon 6A 7B 342C. My goodness. Oof, yeah. Someone gave me a fish as a birthday present one year without talking to my mom, and it was when I was a kid, and my mom's immediate reaction was, I need to talk to her parents about giving high maintenance gifts to children, high maintenance pets to children. I think it's because a lot of people think that fish are very low maintenance pets, but they actually require a lot. Just says it's probably an outdated mod. Okay, let's see. We're gonna troubleshoot together, and if I can't figure it out, then we'll probably just wrap up for today with our cast stuff. But let's do display capture, and then let me see if I can download Sims 4 mod exception. Goldfishes are very mistreated. I remember. Oh, I'm gonna tell you all a wild story. I don't know if y'all are ready for this one though. I think I may have told this once before. I'm not sure. So when I was in college, I went to a university with a lot of sorority life, and I do want to acknowledge I know that not all sorority life is bad, especially in smaller cities, smaller schools. I've seen it be good, but the sorority life at my school was very much like the TV show Sorority Life. Like when you saw TV shows, you think that that was exaggerated. It was not exaggerated at all. That's exactly how it was at my school. And one of the sorority houses, I don't remember which one, I was not very involved in sorority stuff when I was in school. But one of the sororities when I was in school, a lot of them did hazing. And one of them would give all of the participants, all of the people trying to get into the sorority, would all be given a fish that they had to take care of and keep alive in tiny little plastic jars that were no bigger than a coffee cup. Hundreds of college students. So then every holiday season, this would become a problem because the students would want to go home for a couple of weeks and they can't fly with this fish on the plane. So there would always be a bunch of them in the group chats and the Facebook groups asking people who were staying on campus to stay, to if they could have their fish stay with them. And one time I said yes, that I would watch one of the fish. So I felt bad. I didn't know what was going to happen to all those fish. So I was like, well, I guess I'll at least take one. And then when she returned to campus, she didn't never asked me for her fish back. Weeks pass. I don't hear anything about the fish. She doesn't ask me about him. Doesn't ask me if he's okay. Nothing. And then like over a month pass and I get a DM and she's like, "Oh, can I have my fish back?" It's like, no. You dropped this fish. First of all, you shouldn't have the fish. Second of all, you dropped this fish off with me, a stranger, and then you didn't even care about his well-being enough to ask about him when he came back. You only want him back now because it's part of your sorority thing that you need to prove that you kept the fish alive. You don't even care about him. So I kept the fish. Rumor has it, I have no proof of this, so I don't really know, but I heard even much more ridiculous things that some of the other sorority girls, some of the other sorority programs did. But rumor has it that they actually made those girls eat the fish, swallow the fish whole. And when I found that out, I was so grossed out and so glad that I did not ever give her that fish back. He actually came home with me and got to live a life and have a proper fish tank with ventilation, and he eventually actually lived with my grandma for a while. She kept him, took care of him. I need to figure out how I run the better exception scan. It's weird though, because it says I need to do it when I'm in the household session, but I can't get into the household session. I don't know. The sororities, I'm glad I was far too dysphoric about the concept to ever look into them. Yikes. Truly, they are yikes. And again, I've had friends who had really good experiences in sororities in like smaller colleges in like Minnesota where they're really nice. They just like have a community together and they help each other through college, and it's very chill and lighthearted. There's even some sororities that are very queer oriented, which is cool, but that's just not what they were. That is not what they were like where I was, unfortunately. Yes, this is really unfortunate because it's only telling me. Let's see. Mods. I think that's already open. Oh yeah, it's very disgusting. And that wasn't even the worst hazing I had heard of. I later heard one that was called blow or blow, where you had to either do a bad drug or do a not, what I would call a not entirely consensual sexual activity. And when I heard that, that's when I actually believed the fish one, because when I first heard the fish one, I was like, oh, there's no way they're doing that. Oh, yeah, they are. And they're doing a lot worse stuff too. One of the sororities on my, or one of the fraternities on my campus actually got entirely removed from campus because there was a whistleblower inside. And then this was on news sources across the country. There was a whistleblower inside who shared a video that was in their private Facebook group that they weren't supposed to share things from, of a skit that the new members were required to do that was every single ism in the book that you can imagine. It's really bad. It's not good. Yeah, they suspended 15 fraternity members and closed the fraternity back in 2019, and they almost got, I think they either almost got expelled or were considered for expulsion, or they were. And it was on the New York Times and everything. Oh, this is where I get conflicted, y'all. This is where I'm so conflicted. I don't know how so many people play with so many mods and don't seem to have these problems. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. Like now this won't load because of CC, and I'm like, this is why I originally got rid of it, but I just wasn't having as much fun in game. I wasn't able to make as unique of characters, as unique of builds. So I'm like, okay, lay aside. Because now I'm going to have to sit and sort through my CC trying to figure out what is broken. Which is fine. It's just tedious to have to do. And then sometimes it can break your saves. And I'm like, so I need to do more research on how to deal with situations like this. Figure it out. They removed one of the frats from my college for filming some adult entertainment and then including the frat logo, chapter logo, and getting the university sign in the background somehow and uploading it. I know their reputation was for being less than brilliant, but oh my gosh. We don't think through anything, do we? Down, 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 bum, bum, bum. I could try a different lot. Sorry, I was like dead silent there for like too long probably, but I was trying to read on the forums what people were saying. I'm pretty sure it's the family, but let's see what happens if I try putting them in a different house. Can I load it or not? I'll try this and then I'll probably leave it be because I know that it's not the most entertaining to watch me try to sort out tech. But I'm wondering if this is the same, like somehow I have the same mod I had problems with before. One of the CCs, because I had this problem once before. I don't remember how I fixed it, but hopefully I can figure it out. What was interesting is that I had... Oh, that was just from, the error log is, that's not related. Yeah, similar to the one from Not So Berry, basically. Oh, the fact that I hit resume might mean that this might not work again. I might have to close and open one more time. I wonder if it's the same mod that was broken before and I never figured it out, because obviously I probably have a tendency to download similar mods because I like certain things. So I'm imagining that it's possible. I just have to try to figure out which one, which is going to be tricky. I think I need to load, and I resumed. Hello, Freya. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. What I was gonna say was, it's weird how, like, I didn't have any errors or problems in CAS using the CC, but the second that I go out of CAS, then it doesn't work. I think that's strange. Not even in France and sororities, but anything with the paying your dues mentality, true, can be really toxic. It's also just really hard that you can like be paying so much for school, and then these sororities and fraternities, I feel like, take advantage of you, trying to like make you pay hundreds more dollars. And I'm like, Okay, let's start out by just seeing if I can load into any old lot. I'm guessing probably, yeah. Hi, Junie. What are you doing up here? Hello. How am I supposed to do my job if you're in my lap? Silly girl. Okay, yeah. So this loads fine. So then the second thing that oh, maybe this better exceptions thing. Open better exceptions menu. Check for conflicts. Let's see what this does. This is theoretically supposed to be helpful with checking if your mods are broken, but I'm not super familiar with it, so we're all learning on the fly. I'm trying to have more tools in my tool belt for managing my mods, but I'm still learning, so we're on a journey together. Always love a good QA journey. True. I guess it is kind of a QA situation if you think about it like that. Okay. Let's see. This report has some stuff, so let's see what we found. Let me make it so y'all can see. So, the removing eyelashes mod. Clumsy alien Aurora hair. That must be a duplicate. And then it looks like all of the love birds stuff. So we could try removing those. And see what happens. Okay, we're live testing. This is kind of fun, honestly. Because if any of you have been interested in modding your game more, maybe we can learn these things together. So let's go into our mods folder. And then put that with this so I can see. All right, so let's get rid of these. And let's search for Aurora. Let's delete the second. There's a copy of that. That's cranky. Okay, it's already gone. Wait, that one's cute. I like that one. Let's see who has the actual brain cell now. Paige! Paige, enjoy your time with the brain cell, my friend. I don't think I've done my... Let's see what my personal affirmation for today is, too. Oh, there's a typo. A worried mind is an invitation to return to the present moment. Ooh, I like that one. Okay. So then we need to get rid of everything in the Florence. Basic underwear package. Okay, hot's gone. And then all of the lovebird stuff. Hmm. Okay. So that should be everything. Let's see how that goes. Go touch grass. Seriously, Nicole, please. You got one of the only, like more silly affirmations. A lot of them, I often have them be quite much more like serious and affirming, but there's a few more lighthearted, goofy ones. Oh, I resumed again. I mean, I guess we can test it, but I should have loaded. It's snowing. Go touch the snow, Nicole. We could try that. I could also try saving as to see if saving as will load it with the new mod situation. So much of like trying to test The Sims is truly just opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. I'm like, please. Okay. Look at she's bald. Look at how bald she is. LOL. Based on what I saw in the better exceptions, I'm wondering if it was the new default underwear that might have been the problem child, but I'm not sure. Okay. Now we're gonna remember to actually load this time. See if that makes any difference whatsoever. If this doesn't work, I think we could also try moving them into a different house and see if that makes a difference. And if that doesn't work, I've run out of ideas. Real, Puppo. That's why I choose to usually avoid default replacements, but sometimes they hide it in the notes somewhere and you don't even realize that you're doing it. Now that loaded a lot faster. The sound, the completion sound went on a lot faster. But I think we're still stuck in perpetual loading hell. Because you can hear the sounds like we're in the game, but we're not in the game, besties. Hello, Maddie. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing good. Okay, load. Play. Happy wins. I lurk. TY for the good vibes. Of course, enjoy your lurk, friend. Hap wins. My bad vision, astigmatism, combo of eyes, not liking the new layout because it looks like a black and white blob. The new what new layout? You mean on Twitch? Or something in the game? Alright. What happens if I move you somewhere else? Oh, yeah. No, I've heard a lot of people say they're not a big fan, though I did hear from somebody that apparently the that all that information used to be at the top way back when on Twitch from someone who'd been on Twitch for a really long time. So some people who are like been on the platform for like 10 years like it because they're used to it from before. But most of the people I know who aren't like that, they don't like it. I think it looks a bit clunky. But I want to Google if it's safe to do so. I know there was something also about clearing your cache, but I forget how to do that. And messing with the files always intimidates me. I always get nervous. Should be plenty safe to do, though. Actually, a lot of people do it pretty regularly. I just always get nervous for not really any reason. Alright, let's try it. We can also try saving as and seeing if a fresh save would. We haven't tried that either. Alright. Clearing your cache. Sims 4. To locate and delete the local cache thumb file found in your Sims game folder in Documents, Electronic Arts, The Sims 4. Right. Let's Let's see if that does it. I think it also has to do with the fact that I grew up when all the ads were on top and the info at the bottom. So I trained myself to ignore it. That's fair too. Somebody else also mentioned like graphically the video, like you skip over the information at the top because the video is much more prominent. So your eyes want to go straight to the video, like the stream itself. And because your eyes want to go straight to the video, you skip all of that important information and your brain never really goes back to it. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Whereas when it was on the bottom, you probably still looked at the video first, but your eyes would continue to trail down and eventually get to the information. And I feel like, I think that might have been Zeri, I can't remember. But I feel like that was the most accurate description to me of what feels wrong with it. Take 1 bazillion gazillion. Ugh. Maybe I should have started with just a totally random sim who means nothing to me. Oh well. Alright, let's try a save as. And then I keep saying I'm going to be out of ideas, but I might be out of ideas. We'll see. Also a recover save button we can try too. The load screens are all really pretty. They are very pretty. And I know it's not those because I've played with those many times before. Alright, let's try save as. I feel like that's probably still not gonna work, but the good news is I know it's definitely something I put, like, my search is small because it's something I put on mod because I loaded into the game before stream on the old mod in game and it worked just fine. So there's it's some piece of CC physically on mod's body, which is helpful information to know. And since I only did updates to one sim in the family, it has to be her. probably could load in via build mode because it's something with her that's breaking it, but from build mode you can't get to the family, so I'm not sure if that would help us. Live mode. It might be a backdoor into live mode. Well, I can get to Cass from the main map. So I can definitely access Cass. It's just I have no way of knowing what of all the CC that we have on them is the problem. Child. But we can go try. I also wonder if low-key just loading into Cass itself will help, because we removed some of those mods. Let's see. So no, what I deleted out was not the undies. So that's probably fine. Because, I mean, like, theoretically, I could sit and remove each piece and then see if it works. But that seems like an off-stream activity because it sounds really boring. Sounds like something I do while I watch a show or something. Welp. I don't think so. I don't think it worked. Unfortunate. Alright, well, I guess I have some troubleshooting to continue to do off stream. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's not a bad idea. You can also theoretically you can repair your game, and sometimes that helps too. Not super often when it's mod related, just because usually that's like a repair in the game itself, but sometimes. Sometimes. Ah, it's okay, Mila. You know, I knew that there would probably be some bumps in the road, and part of this is me learning how to deal with those bumps if I'm gonna have mods in my game consistently. So it's okay. I'm not feeling, you know, if I continue to have really, really consistent problems, I might be in a different mindset. But for right now, I'm feeling like this is just something I'm gonna have to learn how to navigate, and I'm not super stressed about it. So hopefully I can figure it out. That being said, I am gonna wrap up stream here since I couldn't sort it, and also we've been live for a decent amount of time anyways. Longer than we've been live lately in general, so it's a good sign for what I was saying, that I was feeling a little bit physically better.